Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashatash Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashatashmar Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Tadiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Vāman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Mahabhagavat Śrīla Gorkshara sorry Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Mahabhagavat Śrīla Gorkshara Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupa Śrīla Baladevi Jabhushan Prabhu Ki Jai Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai Ki Jai Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Padadasa Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai Naam Acharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vaja Mandal Mathura Vṛndāvana Dham Ki Jai Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Jai Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Dev Shubha Avirbhav Titi Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari
Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol Kishore Prabhu. It's been a while since you've joined on Zoom. You've been on YouTube quite a few days. Huh? And Dandavat Pranams Nari Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji and Ganga Mataji, Hari Priya Didi, and everybody else joining Dandavat Pranams. So about how many, like, was it 2 months ago or something? It was Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's disappearance day, and we read that little booklet called The Life of Humble Service. And so this time I thought, since we just read it not so long ago, I thought instead of reading that, we could just read articles written by him. And so I chose 3 articles. I mean, there were so many articles, I didn't know which ones to choose. And I ended up just, picking 3. One is, Kṛṣṇa is only hungry for love. The other is divine expressions of humility. And the third one is personal favorite of mine, well-wishers of the fallen. And so, that will be a full 3 articles that will take up all the time, pretty much. Hare Krishna, Shubhananta Prabhu. But maybe we should just read a little something. Oh, Hari Bol, Mahibharat Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Maybe we should just read a little something about Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's glories. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but let's see. I'll just read part of it. This is from a report by Śrīla Bhaktivedānta by Madhav Maharaj, on the occasion of Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's disappearance in 2002 during Kartik time. But this is the following is the heartfelt Pushpanjali given by Śrīla Gurudev, by Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Śrīla Gurudev, on the occasion when Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja entered Nitya Lila, but we'll just read excerpts from it. So, Gurudev said, Guru Maharaj had three prominent sevaks: Param Pujapad Shishimad Bhaktivedānta Vaman Maharaj, Pujapad Shishimad Trivikrama Maharaj, and I. We began to serve him totally with our lives and souls, ready to risk our lives. From the very beginning, Pujapad Vaman Maharaj, Pujapad Trivikrama Maharaj, and I were made three pillars of the Gauḍīya Vedanta Samiti by my Guru Maharaj. At that time, Parijatak Maharaj was not with us. He joined after some time. Śrīla Vaman Maharaj especially served Śrīla Guru Maharaj in so many ways. He was the publisher of our Gauḍīya Patrikā monthly magazine and of many other literatures. He was also Guru Maharaj's scribe and would take dictations for his correspondence, articles, and books. Even before I joined, when I was a police officer and had never personally met Guru Maharaj, Gurudev would write me with such love and affection. He would dictate his letters, addressing me as Tiwariji, because I came from a high-class Brahmin family with the surname Tiwari. Then, after I joined, and until I was initiated, Pujapad Vaman Maharaj would also call me Tiwariji. Śrīla Vaman Maharaj was like the mother of the Gauḍīya Vedanta Samiti. He took care of everyone in the mutt and supplied whatever anyone needed, like prasadam, clothing, and so on. As for Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj, he was very, very qualified. Our Guru Maharaj was in charge of publications, and he put Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj in charge of organizing all the preaching, and his services included sending other preachers to various districts of Bengal. Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj would personally go collecting and preaching, especially in the district of Vṛndāvana. And through him, Guru Maharaj did a great deal of preaching in Medinipur, Chobis Parganas, and other places. From when I first joined, Śrīla Vaman Maharaj showed great affection upon me. However, Param Pujapad Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj showed even more familial affection. Our Guru Maharaj placed me in his hands, and we became very close. It was Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj who taught me how to perform kirtan, how to preach, and how to collect donations. Sometimes, in a very loving way, he would also rebuke me. In all the years that I spent with Guru Maharaj, I was never rebuked by my Gurudev. But with so much love and affection, Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj used to do so. We had such a close connection that sometimes our discussions would become very heated. I would counter his arguments, and he would counter mine. And our Guru Maharaj would kindly support me by taking my side. Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj used to preach all over India. And when he would go to preach with our Guru Maharaj, I would go with him as Guru Maharaj's sevak. I would massage him, cook for him, wash his clothes, and carry a lantern for him because there was no electricity at that time. And I performed many other services. Sometimes I made mistakes, and at those times, Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj would protect me. For some time, it was a regular procedure that in each village, along with his lectures, Guru Maharaj would present a slideshow depicting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and other great personalities. I once forgot to bring the slide projector, and when I realized this, I was in great anxiety that Guru Maharaj would be upset with me. Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj asked me what was wrong, and when I told him, he said, "Don't worry, I will handle the matter. I will take care of everything for you." Later on, when our Guru Maharaj was ready to give his lecture and slideshow presentation, he asked Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj, "So, is everything ready?" Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj replied, "Oh, today is a very cloudy day and it may rain. If you show the slides, the program will take a long time. The rain may come and everyone will leave before you have completed your class." Guru Maharaj asked him, "Then what should I do?" Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj replied, "Why not just give the class?" And Guru Maharaj was satisfied to do that. Years later, Śrīla Trivikrama Maharaj reminded me of this incident and asked me if I remembered it. I said yes, and we happily and tightly embraced one another. Guru Maharaj entered Nitya Lila in October 1968, but internally, he is always looking after us and encouraging us. Externally, Srila Trivikrama Maharaj took the place of my Guru Maharaj in the sense that he encouraged me in all my activities. When I began preaching in the West and writing and translating books, I would write to Param Pujapad Srila Vāman Maharaj, Srila Trivikrama Maharaj, and others for advice, because they are very qualified preachers. Srila Trivikrama Maharaj would reply to my letters without delay. He would encourage me and inspire me to write more books and to preach all over the world. Pujapad Vāman Maharaj is the present Acharya of the Gauḍīya Vedanta Samiti, and he remains very busy with many grave responsibilities. He is always very happy with my preaching, but sometimes he is sick and therefore cannot always answer my letters. Pujapad Trivikrama Maharaj, on the other hand, usually remained in one place, and he always replied without delay. I cannot forget him. I consider both Srila Bhaktivedānta Vāman Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Maharaj to be my Shiksha Gurus. They supported, nourished, and inspired me so much so that I cannot express my feelings in words. However, in my relationship with Pujapad Trivikrama Maharaj, we used to sleep together, quarrel together over philosophy, and we loved each other in so many ways. Sometimes we presented different ideas and we countered each other's arguments, but he greatly honored me. Although I was giving honor to him as a Shiksha Guru, sometimes in his last days, he used to offer me Shastang Pranam. He even used to offer Pranam to my sandals when I was not present before him. No one else could have done this. He was so polite and humble. He was a senior Vaishnava in all respects, and he could help the entire world, but he used to write to me, "We cannot do the services you are doing for Gurudev, so I especially favor you and praise you. May you preach for a long time. May you preach for a long time. May you write and publish many books." He was a great poet, scholar, and astrologer. He has written an arati of our Guru Maharaj, which is sung. He has written the arati of our Guru Maharaj, which is sung every evening in Sri Navadip Dham, wherein he expressed his extreme humility. At the end of the arati, he wrote that the devotees are singing and doing many wonderful services to Gurudev, but he alone is not. He wrote, "Oh, I am so unworthy. I do not serve Gurudev like Sajan Sevak," that's Pujapad Srila Vāman Maharaj's name before sannyas, or Gaur Narayan, that's Srila Gurudev, my Gurudev's name before sannyas. And therefore, I behold their services from a distance. Was it Dur Mati Dur Hote Deke Trivikram? He was a Nishkinchan Vaishnav. He did not accept any disciples. Okay, I'm skipping this part. And then, now being the representative of you all, I am offering my heartfelt Puspanjali at his lotus feet. I think that he has now been placed in Samadhi today on the bank of the holy Ganga in Sri Navadip Dham. Where is he now? He'll be in Navadip Dham or Vraj Dham. He was always especially inclined towards Mahaprabhu and Navadip Dham, and therefore I think that he is there. I pray for all of us that he will be very merciful to me and to all of you, and that he will inspire us and give us his blessings, so that we can try to serve Sri Hari, Guru, and Vaishnav, and do bhajan as he did. Jai Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. We're going to do a little program at his samadhi in about at 9:30. Right now it's 7:15, so at 9:30 we're a bunch of devotees are coming from Mayapur, and we'll do little kirtan, harikatha in English, and like that. At his samadhi, yeah. Maybe I can. Well, I don't know. I'm going to be engaged in the kirtan, but maybe I can make a little video there, like a live video, and I'll have darshan also there. So there's so much more to say about Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja, his glories, his qualities, and as I said, if you'd like to, at the beginning, I said that if you'd like to read that little booklet or hear it, my reading of it, you can look back on my YouTube channel. Go back. It was a couple months ago during Kartik time, and you'll see that it will have a video. It will have a picture of Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja, yeah. All right. Now, Hari Bol Shubhanandaru and Champak Mataji and everybody else watching, Dandavat Pranams. All right. So now we will move on to articles that he wrote. Oops, I accidentally stopped sharing the screen. Sorry about that. 1 second. Okay. So we're going to start with this lecture that he gave during Kartik, 1997, 18th October. I must have been in that class then. Okay. Kṛṣṇa is only hungry for love. Okay. Okay. Hari Bol Janardhan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Kṛṣṇa has said, 1 second, let me just. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Kṛṣṇa has said, Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshyo stina priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. It's Bhagavad Gita 9:29. I am equally disposed to all living beings and am neither inimical nor partial to anyone. But as those who serve me with bhakti are attached to me, so too am I bound by affection for them. I am impartial to all. He has openly declared this. I am impartial. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. I see all equally. But he also says, but those who love me with pure devotion, I also love. If you love me sincerely, I shall love you sincerely. If someone in the core of his heart sincerely wants me, then I will also bestow mercy upon him from the core of my heart. It depends on us, not upon Lord Kṛṣṇa. Bhagavan is not at fault in this matter. After examining the student's test sheet, the examiner grades it. The grade he awards is in accordance with how many questions the student answered correctly. Is this partiality? No. If you can give answers like a first-class student, you'll be awarded for full marks. Such is the case. Whose fault is this? Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. I am bound by affection to he who engages in loving devotional service to me. But we simply engage in shouting, why do I not attain Bhagavan? Why are we not wanting him? Why are we not attaining him? Is it Bhagavan's fault? Oh, you Vaishnavas are not giving mercy, we claim, and therefore we are not attaining him. How and to whom do the Vaishnavas give their mercy? The Vaishnavas are agents. How and to whom do the agents of Bhagavan distribute their mercy? They will give mercy to everyone according to what they are fit to receive. Whatever is happening to us, whatever we attain, is all due to our own inclinations, and it is thus exactly what we deserve. In Shastra, everything has been explained. Everything has been explained, how we can attain him, and what will prevent us from attaining him. Despite having heard these instructions and knowing them well, we still do not become sincere in our attempts to follow them. Why are we knowingly doing wrong? Whose fault is this? All acharyas instruct us by practicing these instructions in their own lives, but we do not accept their example. If we don't accept it, then what will happen? Whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the acharyas? Yeah, is it Gurudev's fault that I didn't chant my rounds today? No, it's my own fault. Likewise, we reject everything that is auspicious for us. We do not want any part of it. Instead, we want inauspiciousness. We want to hear nice music, and we want to hear nice music and singing. We want to hear the nice playing of instruments. We accept this as kirtan. Have the acharyas demonstrated such a teaching? Will this behavior of ours be accepted as properly following the example of the acharyas? This is disobedience. Will those who disobey attain any good? This is indeed a fault. Kirtan is not the same as merely singing and playing instruments. Haribol Krishna Mai Didi. Haribol. Yeah, so kirtan is not the same as merely singing and playing instruments. In merely singing and playing instruments, one may be seeking one's own sense gratification. It has therefore been prohibited. But in real kirtan, there is no question of seeking one's own sense gratification. Through kirtan, we want to please the senses of Bhagavan. How will we do that? We cannot see or understand Bhagavan. What do the senses of Bhagavan need or desire? If we do not know the answer to this, then how will we ever be able to serve or please his senses? Can we gratify his senses simply with sweet melodies? What to speak of humans? Even snakes raises his hood when he hears a sweet melody. Even deer silently follow a sweet sound. Such is the attraction of beautiful melody. These melodies have a powerful effect on the mundane senses, so of course we are attracted when we hear them. But this attraction is not bhakti. Musical sounds attract everybody, but mere music is not kirtan. According to the tenets of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it must be rejected. Sujantre mishaya gabo sumaduratan anande koribo duhar rupa gunagan. That's Hari Hari Kabe Mor Hoi Veshudin, verse 2. As the sounds of the divine instruments mix and create the sweetest melodies, I will blissfully sing songs about their forms and qualities. He only accepted kol, mridanga, and kartal for use in kirtan. This is the order of our divine master also, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja. During their time, they did not use other musical instruments. So why shall I? And there is an excerpt from my Gurudev on this topic. Let's see, where is it? Let me just find it. Here. The following is an excerpt from a lecture by Srimad Bhaktivedānta Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja given in Badger, California on May 19, 2003. So Srimad Bhaktivedānta Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja requested a new disciple to sing a bhajan, after which he began his class. Then, so my Gurudev said, my Gurudev, Parama Aradhyatama Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja, was once staying with Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's home, Sri Jagannath Bhavan at Yogapit in Sri Mayapur. At that time, a disciple of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur came and told my Gurudev, I want to sing some songs while playing harmonium. This disciple pressured my Gurudev, saying, you are a very good boy. You should stay in here. The disciple then began to do his rag ragini, his display of various melodic modes, with the harmonium as he sang the song Rai Jago, Rai Jago, Rai Jago Re. Rai means Radhika, and the line means, oh Radhika, now it is morning. You should wake up. Srila Prabhupada somehow heard that Sri Vinod Bihari Brahmachari was hearing that song. He at once called him and told him, oh, Rai Jago, Rai Jago? He should first awaken himself, and then he can awaken a Rai. He should not be worried about a Rai. Kṛṣṇa is sufficient to awaken her, and Lalita and Vishaka are also sufficient. You should not hear from him again. From that very day, my Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja, became very careful to avoid that type of singing. The harmonium should be used only when necessary. Otherwise, those who are singing while playing the harmonium will think, I know I am the best among all. I know that I sing a very good tune because Maharaj always allows me to sing while playing the harmonium. There is a song by Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur. Hari Hari Kave Mor Hoibe Shudin Bhajibo Shri Radha Krishna Hoya Premadin Sujantre Mishaya Gabo Sumaduratan Anande Koribo Duhar Rupa Gunagan. O Shri Hari, when will that auspicious day be mine? When will that auspicious day be mine? Filled with prem, when I worship Shri Radha Krishna. As the sounds of the divine instruments mix and create the sweetest melodies, I will blissfully sing songs about their forms and qualities. Guru Maharaj would tell his followers to explain that in the line Sujantre Mishaya Gabo Sumaduratan, Sujantre, that means sounds of divine instruments, means kol and karatal. Otherwise, people will think that Sujantre means harmonium and other similar instruments. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was very strict, 1,000 times more than I am. Okay, so that was an excerpt from that class on that point. There are many quotes by Srila, well, there are some heavy quotes by Srila Bhaktivedānta Gosvāmī Mahārāja in his letter book also on that topic. But we are, okay, oops. Okay, so now continuing with Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's class. He said, is God hungry? Whenever one seeks to gratify one's own senses, bhakti is hindered. Hence, nice food and nice clothing have also been prohibited. Bhalo na kaibe ar bhalo na poribe. Do not eat delicious food and do not dress opulently. That's from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila 6:236. If we do kirtan with a harmonium, sitar, violin, or the like, it is so pleasing to us. But who can perform kirtan? Can the instruments like the harmonium or violin do it? Mother Yashoda used to call for Kṛṣṇa. Did she do it while playing a harmonium or violin? Hey Lala, come. No, Kṛṣṇa, or did Kṛṣṇa come running to her because of her melodious voice? What attracted him? Bhakti. Nano pachara kritapujanam arthabandho premnaiva bhakta hridayam sukhavidrutam syat yavat kshurasti jatare jarata pipasa tavat sukhaya bhavato nanubhakshapeye. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya-lila 8:70. When the devotee makes various offerings to the Supreme Lord, he who is the best friend of the distressed, if the offerings are filled with love, then the Lord becomes overjoyed, just as food and drink become the source of immense joy for one who is extremely hungry and thirsty. Hari Bol Sudevi Didi. The Srimad Bhagavatam has given us such instructions. If we make nice sweets and nice food and give them to Kṛṣṇa, will he eat them? Is he hungry? Should we conclude that Kṛṣṇa has never seen nice food before? Should we conclude this about Kṛṣṇa, that he has never eaten nice food before? This is a misconception. Duryodhana offered Kṛṣṇa so many opulent preparations. He had the nicest food prepared and presented to Kṛṣṇa on a golden plate. But Kṛṣṇa didn't even glance at them. On the other hand, when he visited the house of his dear devotee, Vidura, he gladly ate banana peels with utmost satisfaction. He thoroughly enjoyed the offering there. Now, what is devotion? What did Sudama Vipra bring for his friend Kṛṣṇa? He brought broken flat rice. But when he saw Kṛṣṇa's vast opulence firsthand, he was too ashamed to show Kṛṣṇa his meager offering. How can I give this to him, he thought. My friend is such a big king. He has such opulent arrangements for nice food and enjoyment. My offering is not fit for him. Yet Kṛṣṇa forcefully took the broken flat rice away from him. Then he ate it and said to his friend Sudama, "You are going to deprive me of such nice things?" This must be remembered always. Premnaiva bhakta hridayam sukhavidrutam syat. The only thing Kṛṣṇa craves is the sincere love in the heart of his devotee. Are we sincere? Do we love Kṛṣṇa sincerely? Or do we love others? My babies, my husband or wife. Are they not more dear to me than Kṛṣṇa? Are they not the most dear to me? They are. Then why should Kṛṣṇa come to me? But if someone has given up all other connections, Kṛṣṇa will surely go to him. Kṛṣṇa is not a shareholder. No partial settlement will please him. I shall love you. I shall love my father. I shall love my mother and my daughter, and I shall love my husband. I shall love everyone. I am equal to all of you. No, this will not do. This is not pure devotion. It is not bhakti. This is a lower grade of devotion, like karma mishra bhakti, jnana mishra bhakti, or yoga mishra bhakti. It is to be rejected. Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavartam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhakti ruttama. That's the 11th verse from the beginning of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Perpetual ardent endeavor meant exclusively for Sri Kṛṣṇa and performed out of genuine sympathy for him, one neither prone to any selfish ulterior desires, nor eclipsed by impersonal knowledge, fruit of work, or any other occupation, is known as Uttama Bhakti. Altered devotion to Bhagavan will never suffice in place of Uttama Bhakti. Everything must be given up for Bhagavan's sake. Have you left everything? Who have you left? Have you left your wife? You consider yourselves to be very elevated devotees, but have you actually left anything? We want to go along, taking everything with us. That is a lower form of devotion. Some people pray, Dhanam Jehi, Yasho Dehi, Manorama Bharya Dehi, Manorama Bharya Dehi, Saram Kamangscha Dehi. Oh Lord, give me wealth, give me fame, give me a beautiful wife, fulfill all my desires. This kind of mentality is sheer foolishness. Only he who has lost all knowledge of his real self will crave mundane things. Give me money, give me a house, give me children, give me a wife, give me honor, give me a husband, give me everything. What will Kṛṣṇa tell such people? He will say, Ama bhaje mage vishay, what is it? Kṛṣṇa bole, Ama bhaje mage vishay sukh, amrita chari vish mage e bodo mukh. He who performs bhajan of, He who performs bhajan of me, but asks for the pleasure of sense objects, verily begs for poison while forsaking nectar. That's from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 22, verses 38 to 39. He is a great fool, he will say, Kṛṣṇa will say. He is the most foolish of men. Why? Because Kṛṣṇa says, such people do not know what my glories are, or what can be achieved by attaining me. They do not know, and so they do not love me. They do not understand what a valuable thing I am, because their intelligence is completely lost. Not everyone knows what Kṛṣṇa is. They do not realize that he is the highest and most precious thing. A customer searching for something precious should have the proper intelligence, enthusiasm, and inclination to acquire it. What would we do with Bhagavan? There is nothing inferior about Kṛṣṇa. He has therefore said, Avajananti mam mura manushrim tanum ashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 9:11. When I appear in my human-like form, foolish people with mundane intelligence disrespect me because they cannot comprehend my nature as the Supreme Lord of all beings. Through this verse, Kṛṣṇa warns us, those who are bound by Maya and who have regard for the objects of Maya do not know me. They cannot understand what I am, and therefore they disregard me. They disobey and underestimate me. If Bhagavan were to come in front of us now, what would we say? What would we do with him? A person will follow whatever tendencies he has and beg for something accordingly. Will they love Kṛṣṇa as Mother Yashoda loves him? Will they give up loving those whom they love now? We are staying in Vraj for 1 month for Kartik. But how often do we daydream about returning to our homes? We think, many days have gone by. Soon I will go home and I'll see how the children are and how my father is doing. Where is our consciousness? Is it directed towards Bhagavan? I cannot adulterate the truth, for I am my Gurudev's disciple. This must be told. Even if we only speak a little bit, it should be pure. Shuddha Bhakti is what we must achieve. How can we achieve Shuddha Bhakti? How can we attain pure devotion? Impure devotion is not the best thing, for it cannot help us attain Lord Kṛṣṇa. We must be purely devoted, and our devotion must be of the highest rank, like the Vrajavasis, like the Gopis and others. What to speak of the Gopis, there are many devotees in Vṛndāvana whom we must aspire to be like. But we are not following any of them. Instead, we are busy trying to enjoy our senses. We should give up that sort of enjoyment. Melodious sound is not kirtan. In fact, it is actually prohibited in Shastra. Even when it is the name or pastimes of Kṛṣṇa that are being chanted or explained, if the speaker is not a pure devotee, we should not hear from him. This is the order given in Shastra. Avaishnava mukodgirnam puttam harikatamritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpo chishtam yatapaya. That's from Padma Purana. One should not hear anything about Kṛṣṇa from a non-Vaishnav. Milk touched by the lips of a serpent is poisonous. Similarly, talks about Kṛṣṇa given by a non-Vaishnav are also poisonous. Why is this warning and order found in Shastra? We give so much praise. Oh, this kirtan is so great. Everyone was completely enchanted. But was it kirtan? In the name of kirtan, there was sense enjoyment. Even if we don't like it, we should hear it. If someone praises us or says to us, bravo, oh, or that was so beautiful, then we consider, yes, he is a very good man. But their words are not good for us. One should not hear one's own praise. He who reprimands us is actually our friend. He is the cause of auspiciousness for us. Leave everything for Kṛṣṇa. What is told in Shastra? Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvideta yavata mat katha shravanadhova shraddha yavan najayate. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:29. One should continue to engage in his prescribed duties, karma, as long as one has neither developed neither developed renunciation nor faith in hearing and reciting topics about me. Karma means endeavoring for one's own sense gratification. If we want sense gratification and therefore get married, what will we attain? Will we attain Bhagavan? Splendid! What a nice arrangement. But if that is the case, why does Shastra instruct us to leave everything for Bhagavan? Sarva dharmam parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja ahang tvang sarva papebhyo mokshaishyami ma shuchaha. It's Bhagavad Gita 1866. Means completely abandoning all bodily and mental dharma, such as duties prescribed according to Varna and Ashram. Fully surrender to me alone. I shall liberate you from all reactions to your sins. Do not grieve. Why has this been told? Kṛṣṇa tells us, leave everything, wife, husband, father, mother, give up your service to all of them and serve me. Everything must be left for me. If one tries to serve me and continues to serve everyone else, it will not work. Yet, we want to see all as equal. And there's a really nice kirtan by Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Thakur. What is it? Amara bolite Prabhu, ar kichunai. And that's all on this topic, how I see my wife, husband, father, mother, all these, I see them all as your servants, and I am just a servant in your household. Like that's the attitude. So it doesn't mean that we just all of a sudden like take sannyas and leave our family behind all of a sudden prematurely. But we're trying to come to this where we don't see all these family members as objects of our enjoyments, but we see them as servants of Kṛṣṇa. So if one tries to serve me and continues to serve everyone else, it will not work. So in our service to our family members and everything, we're serving them because they are servants of Krishna, but we're not serving them as them being the objects of the service. No, everything we do is in service to Krishna. Splendid, he will say. Krishna will say, splendid. Such devotion. You see me as equal to other men, equal with jivas who are imprisoned in Maya, equal to birds and dogs? Splendid. You are such faithful followers of Dharma. We insist, no, I see everyone equally, all as one. We should view everyone equally. The idea that someone is inferior and someone is superior is not proper. This conception is prominent nowadays. All exists in equality? Where is everything equal? Any two things are not equal. What to speak of everything? Any two things are not equal. All things are separate, with differences between each of them. An intelligent man sees someone for what he really is. We should understand Maya to be Maya. We should not think that by serving Maya, we are somehow serving Bhagavan. Through bondage to Maya, one is barred from serving Bhagavan. Okay, so that's a sample of what Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's Harikatha was like. That's why it was. It's a common saying. Everybody always says this in that for all the devotees serving in Gauḍīya Samiti, or serving under Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Gosvāmī Mahārāja, Śrīla Gurudev, like Śrīla Vṛndāvana Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he was compared to Brahma, where he started everyone on the path. He would initiate them, and so he was like the creator, creating their lives in devotion like that. And then Śrīla Gurudev, my Śrīla Gurudev, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Narayana Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he was like Vishnu. He would help nourish and maintain people on the path of bhakti. And then Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja was referred to as Mahesh. He would destroy all the anarthas and purify us so that we could. Yeah, so those three, they were inseparable trio. Yeah, so Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he was always preparing us so that we could take the Harikatha from my Śrīla Gurudev. He would speak, like he would. Yeah. Anyways, so okay. Now I'm going to read another article. This one is called "Divine Expressions of Humility." So this one is written by Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja for Gauḍīya Patrikā. Śrīla Gurudev's expressions of humility are of divine significance. On the other hand, the prayers of praise for the spiritual master that are produced by disciples who are still in gross material bondage are full of duplicity. They are rooted in the desire for prestige, and they are entirely artificial. In the third verse of his Sri Shikshashtak, Sriman Mahaprabhu has vividly explained, Trinadapi sunichena toror iva suhishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Only one who feels lower than a blade of grass and who is more tolerant than a tree, who expects no honor for himself, but who is able to give due respect to all others, is qualified to perpetually chant the holy names of Hari. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jagai madai hoite mui she papishta, puri sher kita hoite mui she laghishta. Mor naam shune jay tar punya khoy, mor naam loy jay tar pap hoy. Emon nigrina more keba kripa kori, ekka nityananda bino jagat bhitore. Srila Bhaktivedānta Goswami should quote this like all the time. He'd quote this. This is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 5, verses 205 to 207. So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai, and even lower than worms and stool. Anyone who hears my name loses the results of his pious activities. Anyone who utters my name becomes sinful. Who in this world but Nityananda could show his mercy to such an abominable person as me? Mo papishte ani len Shri Vṛndāvana, mo heno adhame dila Shri Rupa Charan. Same chapter, verse 210. Although I'm most sinful, he has brought me to Shri Vṛndāvana and has conferred upon me he has conferred upon one as degraded as me the lotus feet of Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī. Nityananda doya more tare dekhailo, Shri Radha Madana Mohane Prabhu kori dilo. Mo adhame dilo Shri Govinda darashan, kohi bar katha nahe akatya kathan. That's same chapter, verses 216 to 217. The mercy of Nityananda Prabhu has revealed Shri Radha Madan Mohan to me and made them my divine masters. It has even granted one as low as me the darshan of Shri Govinda. This cannot be explained by words, and it is not even fit to be disclosed. So Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja continues, since I am apprehensive about making this article too long, I supplicate the readers to also read the remaining portion of this 5th chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. By reading these poetic couplets, we can easily embrace Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's greatness within our hearts. Within these couplets, the crown jewel of Vaishnavas has manifested his exalted humility in such a way that expert and intelligent devotees will not find it difficult to comprehend. Is it even possible to think that if someone sings along with these transcendental descriptions or recites them, he will go to hell? On the contrary, it is needless to say that by the mercy of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he will attain bhakti instead. On the other hand, a fallen and unqualified disciple who is unable to follow the order of Srila Gurudev simply exhibits his neglectfulness and lack of respect for him. It is even seen that through his performance of abominable acts, the disciple shrouds the glories of Gurudev in darkness. Such a disciple may therefore praise his Gurudev with many hymns and eulogies and exhibit excessive lamentation. But can Sri Gurudev not comprehend such duplicity, despite it being so obvious? The extent to which such exhibitions of devotion to Sri Gurudev are free from duplicity is easily deduced. The humility of transcendental poets like Sri Gurudev, which stems from great auspiciousness, is manifest in their writings, as is their pure devotion. But the devotion or prayers and praise for Guru exhibited by those who are still conditioned by Maya are nothing but an external show of cheating and insincerity. The poetic verses by our divine Gurudev use words like deen, lowly, adham, degraded, abhaga, unfortunate, and so on to describe him. This is the transcendental expression of his humility. By reciting and performing the kirtans he composed, one will surely attain supreme auspiciousness in the form of prem bhakti. Of this there is no doubt. Some say that reciting and performing these kirtans will lead to inauspiciousness, but the devotees never accept this conclusion. Following are many quotations by the Mahajans and from the literature of our Guru Varga. They express divine humility in words like adham, degraded, deen, lowly, abhaga, unfortunate, and so on, which have been written down for us to observe. Are these expressions of their humility to be abandoned by us? Are they not worthy of our esteem? Will it facilitate the awakening of our bhakti if we modify them somehow? Such an action would simply be an expression of foolishness. For the convenience of the readers, these expressions of humility, which were published by Sri Gauḍīya Samiti in the 5th Bengali edition of Sri Gauḍīya Giti Gucha, are presented here with the page reference first, followed by the passage itself, and at last the name of the exalted Vaishnava poet who wrote it. There are a lot of these, so I'm not going to read them all because that will take too long. I'll read the Bengali for them, and you could read the translation if you like. Dina Narottama Kande Sparshya Vaishnava Deha E Durjana Char Kangaler Sukangal Durjan E Jan E Dina Pamara Hoibe Udar Devaki Nandana bole mui abhagiya. Dina hina mura mati, Ramananda dasa ati. Ami to durjan ati, epatita char. Dik dik abhagiya keno nahi more. Dik dik Narottama Das. Dik means fie on me, fie, shame. Shame on this Narottam Das. Lalita Sakir ayogya kinkari. Mudher mangal tumi anveshibe. Moheno adhama jane. Kohe din Narottama Das. Dina Narottama Das kohoye. Dina hin vino der gati. Dina Kṛṣṇa dasa kohe nam sankirtan. Ami ati mandha. Roye bhakti vinod mati hin. Ami to patita. Shakaler padaraja jache dinahin. E bhakti vinod dinhin. Kohi din premananda. Kandiya bole ami to adham. Bhakti vinod ati din akinchan. E bhakti vinod din sada shuddha bhaktihin. E bhakti vinod char. Dik mor e jivan. Tomar charane aj e kangal char. Abhaga keshava kore nam sankirtan. Those who accept disciples without genuinely attaining the competence to bestow mantra upon their disciples are inauthentic gurus. The difference between the authentic guru, the Sadguru, and the inauthentic guru, the Asarguru, has been described in the revealed scriptures. It is written in the Puranas that Shivji spoke the following verse to Parvati. Wait, is this the same article? Yeah, it is. Okay. Guruvo bhava santi shishya vittapaharaka durlabha sargurur devi shishya santapaharaka. Oh Devi, I don't know this word. Marauding? Anyways, it means predatory, vulturing, plundering, pillaging, looting. Okay. Marauding. Okay. Maraud means to roam in search of things to steal or people to attack. Okay. O Devi, marauding gurus who steal away their disciples' wealth are many. But an authentic guru who is able to relieve his disciples from birth, death, old age, disease, suffering, and lamentation is extremely rare. He who hopes to extract a name, fame, and kingly service from his disciples is certainly not fit to be regarded as guru. This has also been described in the revealed scriptures. Is it truthful or justified for the initiated disciple of such a bogus guru to call out the name of his guru with such exalted accolades, such as Sadguru, Jagadguru, Paramahansa Kula Chudamani, Ashtatara Shatashri, Vishnupad, Prabhupada, Ananga Manjari, Goswami, and so on? Are such declarations of their equality with our Guru Varga, like those of Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, and others, not inappropriate and offensive? This should be carefully considered. Again, it is wrong and abominable to give the same respects that is fit for an authentic guru to an inauthentic guru who hankers for wealth, women, and prestige. Similarly, it is wrong, unjustified, ignorant, and offensive for a disciple of an inauthentic guru to use the same words of glorification and respect for their guru as those used by the disciple of an inauthentic guru. Know for certain that, although such words of glorification may be artificially attributed to an inauthentic guru, they can never be true nor perfect. So that was from Gauḍīya Patrikā, year 51, issue 1, and it's published in Raise of the Harmonist number 18, Kartik 2008. Okay, so now we come to the last article for today. Haribo Vidilalasa Didi. Hare Krishna. So now, this article here, Sadhavo Dinavatsala, well-wishers of the fallen. This is actually, I made, if anybody ever wants to share this article with anybody, I actually made a special recording of it. Like I spent time, I'll just show you really quickly. Oh wait, no, that's studio. Anyways, doesn't matter. If you go to my Vine of Devotion YouTube channel, you'll find it there. It's I did like I practiced each sentence and I recorded it with high quality sound, and so like it took me a very long time to make, and then I put it in animations for different parts and like that. So yeah, if anybody wants that, that's you can find that in Vine of Devotion. But I'm going to read it now here. Sadhavo Dina Vatsala, Well Wishers of the Fallen, by Srimad Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And Kishore just shared a quote. What does it say? This is from Krishnadas Kaviraj Rasika Bhakta Maj. Jeho koilo Chaitanya Charita Gaur Govinda Lila Shunite Goloye Shila Tahate na hoilo mor chitta. Among the devotees, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is extremely expert at relishing transcendental nectar of the mellows of love of God. When the stones hear his Chaitanya Charitamrita and Govinda Lila Mrita, they begin to melt in ecstasy. In spite of this, I have no appreciation in my heart. Wow, beautiful. Okay. Where's that from, Kishore? You can write in the chat. Okay, Well Wishers of the Fallen, by Srimad Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja. One day, the exceptionally kind and compassionate one second. Oh, Hari Bol, Kishori Mohan Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. One day, the exceptionally kind and compassionate Sri Narada Goswami was walking through the forest on his way to Prayag. He planned to bathe there in the confluence of the three sacred rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. On the way, he saw a deer lying on the forest floor. The deer was writhing in agony, for it had been pierced by an arrow and its legs broken. This sight struck Narada's heart with intense pangs of grief. That's from Narottam Das Thakur. Awesome. Okay, so that sight struck Narada's heart with intense pangs of grief. Not too far ahead from where the deer lay, he spotted a wild boar, fallen and writhing upon the ground in the same way. The boar had also been left to convulse in pain, also pierced by an arrow and its legs broken. All of this perturbed Narada greatly. Again, a short distance away, he found a rabbit in the same condition, his heart enveloped by the pain of those living beings, became extremely restless. As he proceeded further, he spotted the man who was responsible for such cruelty. Behind a tree stood a dark-complexioned hunter. His eyes were red, and his figure was fearsome and wild. He looked like the Lord of Death. He had already fixed an arrow to his bow and had taken aim at his next prey. Completely unable to remain apathetic, Narada left the path that led to the confluence of the three sacred rivers and walked into the forest toward the hunter. The hunter's prey, a couple of deer, were startled when they saw Narada coming and fled. The hunter began boiling with fury. He wanted to shout he truly wanted to shout profanities at Sri Narada Goswami. But the influence of that greatest of sages was so powerful that he realized that he was completely unable to do so. Instead, when he opened his mouth, he spoke as follows. "Oh, respected sir," he began, "for what purpose were you compelled to leave your path and walk towards me? Upon seeing you, the deer who were my prey have fled. The deer who were my prey have fled." "My dear boy," Narad said, "I lost my way and came here to ask you for directions. But I also came to you hoping that you would answer a doubt I have. Along the path, I saw a deer, a boar, and other animals writhing in pain. Their flesh had been pierced by arrows and their legs crushed. Would I be right to assume they too were your prey?" "Yes," admitted the hunter, "you are right. They were my prey." Narad said, "You are a hunter, so your occupation is to give chase to animals. But why do you not swiftly end the lives of your prey? Why do you leave them half dead, unable to leave their bodies? What is your purpose in such actions?" "Please hear me, good sir," the hunter said. "My name is Murgari, and I have learned my hunting skills from my father. Mriga means animal or deer, and Adi means enemy. So his name means enemy of the animals. My name is Magrari, and I have learned my hunting skills from my father. I wound my prey so severely that they cannot flee, and in that half-dead state, they simply lie, writhing in agony. This sight fills me with a kind of happiness that I cannot experience if I kill them swiftly. Shri Narad, who is most compassionate, listened to the hunter's explanation and then spoke to him. I want to beg something from you, he said, humbly folding his hands in front of the hunter. Will you give me what I ask? The hunter became very pleased upon hearing this, and a genuine desire arose in his heart to serve Shri Narad, who was such an exalted saint. So he replied, if you so need, you can take the fallen deer or other animals for yourself. Or if you want deer skin or tiger skin, come to my home. I will give you whatever you want. Spiritual merit. If we contemplate the immense benediction this hunter was about to receive that day, by dint of some unknown spiritual merit, some sukriti of his, we will become awestruck by his good fortune. In a past life, he certainly must have served a devotee of the Lord, or the Lord himself, perhaps without even knowing it. As a result, on that day, he was conversing with such an exalted devotee of the Lord as Sri Narad Goswami. Moreover, he was feeling genuinely inclined to serve him. Because of all this, he was soon to achieve ultimate auspiciousness. It is written in scripture, Bhaktis tu Bhagavad Bhakta Sangena Parijayate Satsanga Prapyate Pumbhi Sukritar Purvasanchitai. That's from the Brihad Naradiya Purana 433. Bhakti becomes manifest by the association of the pure devotees of Bhagavan, Sadhu Sangha. Such Sadhu Sangha is attained by the influence of previously accumulated spiritual merit, by Sukriti. Sri Narad Goswami personally accepted this hunter's fate as his own responsibility, for the hunter had accumulated some spiritual merit, some Sukriti. I do not want the deer, its skin, or anything else, explained Narad. I just want that from this day on, you will not leave all the animals you hunt half dead. Instead, slay them swiftly so that they leave their bodies immediately. When the hunter heard this, he said, You are asking this of me, but what is in it for you? And why do you forbid me to leave the animals half dead? Please explain to me, what is wrong with leaving them like that? Sri Narad replied, To render the creatures unable to die is to inflict much more pain on them than outright killing them. To cause another entity distress is to guarantee that you yourself will consequently experience the same suffering. Hence, causing pain to others is tantamount to arranging the same suffering they experience for yourself. Just imagine, due to misunderstanding the laws of life, all the creatures you have killed shall kill you, one birth after another, for the same reason. In the Vedas it has been said, Mahingsyat sarvani bhutani, no living entity should be made to suffer. And Manu, the father of mankind, has similarly said, Mam sakadati amutra yasya mangsham ihad myaham. Whoever eats me, I shall later kill and take his flesh. The hunter had been a merciless and extremely savage person his entire life. But now, deeply affected by his encounter with such an exalted devotee of Bhagavan, faith in the inescapable reality of the fearsome consequences of his sins developed within his heart. As he began to vividly contemplate the many wicked deeds he had committed in his lifetime and the inevitable torturous punishments he was fated to suffer for them, he became engulfed by intense anxiety. Kishore wrote, "Me eat," means eat me. Yes. So he became engulfed by intense anxiety. He cried out, "Ever since my childhood, I've been killing living entities. There must be no ends to the sinful reactions I've incurred. Is there any way to save me? Now I surrender myself at your sacred feet. Please save me from the reactions to my countless sins." When Sri Narad Rishi heard the hunter's earnest prayer to be delivered from his terrible fate, he said, "If you do what I tell you and maintain your trust in me, you can be delivered from the reactions of all your sins." "I shall do whatever you say," the hunter said. The following points should be noted. First of all, spiritual piety, sukriti, is essential. It is impossible to meet saintly personalities, the devotees of the Lord, without it. But it can be acquired knowingly or unknowingly. And that's why, just the way somebody, like, you can't tell anything about a person by their external actions. Like many people, like my Jantimala, she's, when she was, she like actively hated the devotees. When she would see the devotees, she would like, "Oh God, they're here again. Oh God," like she hated devotees. And then one day she moved into an apartment, like she had to share an apartment with somebody, and the person that she shared the apartment with, unknown to her, was a devotee. And then and the person didn't show that he was a devotee. He was just like, just like a normal person. And then after a while, she found out that he was a devotee. And then when she heard about the philosophy, she couldn't deny it. There's like, it was the truth. There's no, even though she hated the devotees, but that must mean that she had some sukriti. So even though she hated the devotees, she couldn't deny the truth, and she, against her will, she became a devotee. She's like, "Oh no, what's happening? Why do they have to have the truth? These people I hate." So really, it's sukriti, all a matter of sukriti. Nothing externally means anything. Okay, so first of all, spiritual piety, sukriti, is essential. It is impossible to meet saintly personalities without it, but it can be acquired knowingly or unknowingly. As a result of the hunter's previously acquired spiritual merit, Sri Narad Rishi came to him, but his faith in Narad was not roused simply by seeing him. In fact, he had even at first wished to abuse Narad with foul language. Yet after speaking with him, the hunter developed faith in him. When we have sukriti, then faith will develop in us very quickly. Therefore, although it is enjoined, adau shraddha, right? Adau shraddha tatha sarusanga tapajana kriya nartanavritti. Adau shraddha, usually that's what we hear in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. At first there is faith. It actually implies adau sukriti. At first there must be sukriti. Only after someone has spiritual merit is this faith, is this shraddha attained. Thereafter, he attains the company of sadhus, of saints, and along with that, the inclination to follow their instructions is born. Wealth is a hindrance to one's eternal well-being. Haribol, Bhakti Yoga Society, Philippines. Haribol. Okay, so wealth is a hindrance to one's eternal well-being. Secondly, through the statements of scripture, or through their own words, the sadhus sever our attachments to all that is mundane and illusory. So in order to rescue the hunter from sensualistic life, Sri Narad ordered him to break his bow, which was the root of his futile pursuits, of his anarthas, as well as the principal means of his livelihood. For a soul entangled in the clutches of anarthas, wealth causes far greater harm than high birth, erudition, or physical beauty. Wow. For a soul entangled by anarthas, wealth causes greater harm than high birth, erudition, or physical beauty. Sri Narad once said, "Na hyanyo jushato josyan buddhi branksho rajo guna. Shri madad abhijatyadir yatra stri dutum asava." That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10.10.8. Of all temptations for enjoyment, the allure of becoming rich bewilders a man's intelligence even more than his physical beauty, high birth, or erudition. When an ignorant person is privileged by wealth, he squanders it, indulging in wine, women, and gambling. So this is a statement of Srimad Bhagavatam, not just Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's words. Bhagavan Shri Kṛṣṇa has said, Yasyaham anugrihnami harishye tad dhanam shanai tato dhanam tyajantyasya svajana dukkha dukkhitam. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:88:8. When I wish to show someone special favor, I slowly strip him of his wealth. Eventually, his relatives and friends abandon him for being poverty-stricken. Thus, he suffers one calamity after another. So do we want Krishna's special favor? Because that's what we're going to get. When Krishna gives us mercy, that means that all our relatives and friends will abandon us and we'll suffer one calamity after another. Jai ho! Want to join our movements so that you can be poverty-stricken and suffer one calamity after another? Want Krishna's mercy? Okay. So Sri Shankaracharya has also established that wealth is a hindrance to one's eternal well-being. Kishore Krishna writes, Jai Shri Krishna. Okay, so this is Shankaracharya. He says, Yavad vito parjam asakta tava nija parivara rakta pascha jivati jarjara dehe varta kopi naprichati gehe. I don't know what the meter was for that. But as long as a man is committed to earning money, his family loves him. But later, as his body dwindles with age and he becomes incapable of working, everyone in his house ceases talking to him or even taking care of him. Yeah, I think most elderly people in the West get put in old people's homes, right? Where they're taken care of by some person that you pay money to, and you can like go see them on special occasions, Christmas or whatever, but otherwise they're just lonely by themselves. This is like very common, isn't it? So chanting the holy names of Sri Bhagavan is the most beneficial spiritual path mankind can pursue. But the intoxication of wealth is a formidable obstruction on that path. Therefore, Shri Kunti Devi once said, Janaishwarya Shuta Shri Bhir E Dhamana Madha Puman Naivarhat Tabibhatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 1:8-26. You are easily attainable for those who are exhausted with this mundane world. On the other hand, no one who has become intoxicated by the four privileges of prestigious birth, wealth and luxury, erudition, and physical beauty. No one has become intoxicated by these four privileges can approach you with true sincerity. Whew. On account of all this, Sri Narad Goswami ordered the hunter to break his own bow, thus terminating his sinful method of earning a livelihood and encouraging him to instead adopt the life of a mendicant. That was the only way the hunter would be able to experience the Lord's kindness and to realize his own insignificance. As long as someone remains attached to forbidden, sinful activities, which are driven by passion and ignorance, his consciousness will never awaken to the reality of the sadhus, the scriptures, and the Lord. Yavat papaistu malinam hridayam tavadevahi na shastre satbuddhi syat sadbuddhi sadguru tatha. As long as one's heart is polluted by sin, his intelligence cannot have faith that the scriptures and Sadguru are real. In the matter of attaining one's eternal spiritual well-being, paramartha, poverty is indeed favorable. Mundane prosperity and sensualism are never favorable in the life of a person practicing bhakti. And it will never suffice to simply feign spiritual realization and perfection. One must genuinely rise to the platform of spiritual realization. Material wealth and other temptations can never delude or intoxicate a siddha purush or perfected soul. But if one who has not realized perfection attempts to mimic the behavior of a realized personality, it will only result in his own ruination. Yeah, we can't just like pretend, oh, yukta vairagya, right? You know, I'm just using this all in Krishna's service. When, yeah. Naitat samacharej jatu manasapi yanishvara vinashyatya charan modhyad yatarudro dijam visham. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-30. If an ordinary person foolishly mimics the behavior of a powerful master or god, he will ruin himself, just as drinking an ocean of poison, as Shiva once did, would annihilate any ordinary mortal man. We have heard that when someone is still in the early stages of chanting, he constantly commits offenses to the Lord's holy names. As a result of those offenses, he verily obtains profuse material wealth and fame, as well as abundant opportunities for sense enjoyment. Okay, so when we get all these special things, you know, if we start getting all this fame and wealth and all these things start coming to us, know that it's probably the result of my nam aparad. This isn't a good thing. This doesn't mean, oh, Krishna is being happy. If Krishna is happy with me, he'll be taking away all these things. He'll break my dear iPhone and my all my technology stuff that I'm so attached to, and you know, make people hate me, and you know, like make everybody reject me. That's Krishna's mercy. This is but getting all these opulence and all that, this is a result of namaparad. And he even sees this affluence. So, as a result of those offenses, he verily obtains profuse material wealth and fame, as well as abundant opportunities for sense enjoyment. And he even sees this affluence and recognition as signs of the Lord's favor on him. If he fails to understand that this opulence is a result of his offenses, and in fact an obstacle in the path of bhakti, and if he does not act cautiously, then the chances of him becoming trinada pisunicha, that is, more humble than a blade of grass, are very low. His chances are very low of ever becoming trinada pisunich, and rather undermined. In this way, impediments to chanting the pure form of the holy name, Shuddhanam, arise. In actuality, no amount of wealth or luxury can delude a self-realized soul, nor can they intoxicate him with vanity. Only one who is still gripped by anarthas should be fearful of these things. Supreme auspiciousness for sadhaks who are affected by sensual urges lies in poverty and being totally without possessions. Let me reread that. Supreme auspiciousness for sadhaks who are affected by sensual urges lies in poverty and being totally without possessions. Hence, abandoning all riches and opulence in favor of voluntary poverty shall prove propitious for the devotees. We have heard from the accounts of Sri Narad Rishi's life how that most gracious universal Guru showered his mercy upon the two sons of Kubera. He demonstrated that once the vanity of wealth is eradicated, a person earns an eligibility for bhakti. Okay, so if you ever lose your wealth, now you're getting some kind of eligibility for bhakti. Now you have a chance to not be intoxicated by it. In Narad Rishi's life history, we find that he never accepted a wealthy or famous disciple out of greed for wealth and opulence. And we see that especially in the life of Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja. He felt, actually, Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja would say that I feel uncomfortable being with rich people and staying in rich people's homes. And we see he spent most of his time going to the most poor people who didn't have any electricity, who had nothing, and he would live in the most austere, simple conditions because he felt more comfortable with those types of people because they didn't have this arrogance and feel like they're superior to other people. They had this humility. Oh, I'm just a poor nothing, you know. So the truth of the words, Je jata patita hoy, tava doya tatatai. The more fallen someone is, the more mercy is available for him, exists forever in Sri Guru Tattva, which is represented by Sri Narad. Wow, that's beautiful, huh? Je jata patita hoy, tava doya tatatai. The more fallen someone is, the more mercy is available for him. This exists forever in Shri Guru Tattva, which is represented by Shri Narad. Gurus like Shri Narad never exploit their disciples for money on the pretext of bestowing eternal well-being upon them, as many corrupt gurus are known to do. Such flaws, which are self-evident in the behavior of bogus gurus, cannot be found in the character of gurus like Shri Narad. Also, Srila Vāman Goswami Mahārāja was an example of that. I think it was Damodar Maharaj who was telling this, that he once went to Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's room, and Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja was like chewing out this rich couple. Yeah, like there's the wife and husband, and I forgot exactly what he was saying, but he was completely like really chastising them heavily, like, probably about, their like wealth, and you're not doing bhakti, blah blah blah. Like we know, we've been reading how Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja, how heavy he is, and these people were shaking, and then afterwards they left, and then Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja asked Damodar Maharaj, I think that is Damodar Maharaj, but he asked him, do you know who these people were? They were crore-patis. They were not even like, they had crores of rupees. They were millionaires. And he said, hey, could your Gurudev ever do this? He's like, I don't think so. I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, something like that. But yeah, it didn't make any difference to Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja if somebody was rich or poor. Yeah, he wouldn't act with anybody in any different way. The Purana state, Guravo Bahava Shishya Vita Paharaka. Many gurus exploit their disciples for wealth. Oh, we just read that in the previous article also by Srila Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja. So genuine gurus are totally above envy. It is impossible for them to feel envy of another's competence as guru. Shri Narad and other genuine gurus are never seen contesting each other, scuffling over any highly educated, honorable, or wealthy person, hoping to make them their disciple. On the contrary, when they meet another guru, especially one of a similar disposition and caliber, the profound camaraderie they feel for one another becomes evident. Wholehearted surrender to Guru. Some days later, Sri Narad went to see Mrgari, who had now become a penniless mendicant, in order to give him his association. On his way to Mrgari's straw hut, he was pleasantly surprised to meet his friend Parvat Rishi. Overjoyed and thinking of his disciples' welfare, Narad begged Parvat Rishi to accompany him. Parvat Rishi affectionately accepted his invitation, and together they headed toward the hunter's cottage. Meanwhile, Mrgari developed genuine faith in Sri Narad, his Gurudev, for he had beheld with his own eyes the glory and divine potency of Sri Narad. Narad Goswami had instantly healed the deer and other 2 animals that Mrgari had shot and all but killed the day they had met. So Narad Goswami, in front of the hunter, in front of Mrgari, he healed them and then let them run off into the forest. And from that day on, people had miraculously began bringing Mrgari a large amount of food every day to maintain him without his ever asking. Because of these divine phenomena, Mrgari became staunchly and unpretentiously inspired to serve his Gurudev, Sri Narad. That's the key word there, unpretentiously. Without anyone urging him, he wholeheartedly surrendered himself to his Guru Padma and attained a state of fixed dedication to him. He never succumbed to making a shallow or pretentious show of affection for Narad or submission to him, or to any other form of deceit. Consequently, he longed for the company of his Sri Guru Padma and became increasingly restless to see him moment by moment. So it does not matter how fallen we are. We could be as fallen as Mrgari, who spent his whole life making animals suffer just to enjoy watching them writhe in pain. We could be that sinful and still be a completely fit candidate for receiving the topmost thing from Sri Guru. The only thing is that we don't make a shallow or pretentious show of affection for our Gurudev in our submission to him. Yes. And so, on the day Narad came with his friend Parvat Rishi to visit him, his heart brimmed with such intense love that as soon as he saw his Sri Guru Padma approaching from a distance, he started to run toward him, anxious to fall prostrated at his lotus feet. However, since a multitude of ants covered the path, he could not run. Being very careful not to kill or injure a single ant, he began to tread most carefully, using his cloth to gently sweep them from the path. Having done so, he prostrated himself before his Sri Guru Padma. When Sri Narad saw the extraordinary kindness and non-violence that had appeared in one who had once been such a fearsome and heartless hunter, he said, "Ete na hyadbhuta vyadhya tava hingsa dayo guna hari bhakto pravrittaye na tesyu paratapina." That's from the Skanda Puran. So Narad said, "O hunter, it is not at all remarkable that you have developed such good qualities like non-violence. For those who earnestly take up devotion to Sri Hari never wish to inflict pain on others." The meaning of this verse is that once a person attains bhakti for Sri Hari, the desire to kill or hurt anyone, even a tiny ant or an insect, will not remain in his heart. Therefore, those who wish to attain bhakti completely avoid violence, even in the matter of eating and so forth. By the grace of Sri Guru. Mrigari respectfully seated Sri Narad Goswami and Parvat Muni on kusha grass mats within his courtyard. He washed their feet and drank the water, sprinkling some of it on his head, and then began chanting the names of Kṛṣṇa with great love. As he chanted and danced in front of his guru, his body trembled, his hairs stood on end, and he began weeping. Beholding the hunter's remarkable transformation and pure love of God, Parvat Muni was wonderstruck by the glory of Sri Narad's supernatural power to bestow divine love of God upon the living entities. He addressed Sri Narad as follows. Aho dhanyos si devarshe kripaya yasatat kshanat nicho pyut pulako de lebe lubdako ratimachute. That's also from the Skanda Puran. So Parvat Muni said, "Aho, Narad Muni, you are extolled as a sage among gods. By your grace, even a low-born hunter can instantly develop ecstatic symptoms like horripilation and become attached to the Lord. Thus, it is seen that Prem Bhakti is attainable by the effect of saintly association. Material gain, adoration, and fame do not find a place in any way in the heart of a person who has such divine company. This is certain. Even as the bogus guru instructs his disciple on the topic of Guru Bhakti, it is unbearable for him to contemplate to what extent he is actually qualified to be a guru. Indeed, there is nothing more painful for an artificial guru to contemplate. Therefore, we feel the utmost honor for the following words. Durlabo Sargurur Devi Shishya Santapa Haraka. O Parvati Devi, rare is a bona fide guru who can truly end the suffering of his disciples. Translated from Sri Gauḍīya Patrikā, year 44, issue 3, and published in Raise of the Harmonist, issue number 20, Kartik 2009. Jai Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Jai Shri Narad Rishi ki Jai. Shri Parvat Muni ki Jai. Mrigari the transformed hunter ki Jai. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Wasn't that such a beautiful article? He went so deep into it. So many teachings in that pastime. Usually I just hear that pastime and it's just like, but yeah, so deep, so many instructions. All right, so it is 8:29. I will end with a short Mahamantra, and then Kishore can do Jaidwani. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai, to dear Shubha Avirvav Titi ki jai. And in in like an hour from now, I'm gonna go to Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja's Samadhi, and I'll make a live video for anybody who wants to have darshan of him there. All right, Kishore Prabhu, could you do Jai Dwani?
Jai Nitai.
Jai Nitai.
Jai Suprikar Shishi Gauranga Gan Harivika Giridari. Radha Vinod Vihari Radha Nath Radhaman Vihari Radha Madhava Shishi Radha Braja Vihari Ju Ki Jai. Sri Govind Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Natya Lela Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramahams Vare Vrajagari Varyastotra Shiman Bhaktivedānta Bharati Goswami Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद परमहंस वरे व्रजचार्य वर्यस्तोत्र शिष्यमान भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज पतित पावन शील गुरुदेव की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान भक्ति तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान भक्तिवेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद शिष्यमान भक्तिवेदांत त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। परमादयाल श्री भक्तिवेदांत विक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय शिष्यमान भक्तिवेदांत विक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान भक्ति द्वैतमान गोस्वामी परम गुरु महाराज की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज परम गुरुदेव की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान जगत गुरु शिल भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव महाराज की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिष्यमान जगत गुरु शिवर शिवानावि द्वैतदास शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद महापरम भगवत परपार परमहंस स्तोत्र शिष्यमान गौर किशोर दास महाराज की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद सप्तम गोस्वामी स्तोत्र शिष्यमान सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय। जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद वैष्णव सर्वोम स्तोत्र शिष्यमान जगन्नाथ महाराज की जय। सूर्यकुंडवासी सिद्धहर्षिल मधुसूदन महाराज की जय। श्री उर्वरास उदरानदास की जय। जय गुरुविदान आचार्य शिष्यमान बलिदेव विभूषण प्रभु की जय। जय महामुखपरित्याय ऋषिकेश शिल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर पार की जय। जय शिल ऋषिकानंद मुरारी प्रभु की जय। जय श्री शीला रामचंद्र कविराज की जय। जय श्री लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय। जय शिल नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय। जय श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। जय व्यासवतार अर्का विशल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री अष्टक विराज की जय। श्री वसुर जानव नित्यानंद तुरस गोपाल श्री चौषधि महंत की जय। जय श्री जगन्नानंद मार्वनंद की जय। जय श्री रूपा श्री सनातन पट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल पट्टदास रघुनाथ शर गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर रमनंद लोकनाथ गर्भ अधि गौर परिषार वृंद की जय। जय नमाचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। जय प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री ईश्वर परिपाद की जय। श्री माधवेंद्र परिपाद की जय। जय श्री अंडरदीप मायापुर सुमनदीप गौद्रुमदीप मध्यदीप कौलदीप प्रीतिदीप जानुदीप मातृद्रुमादीप रुद्रदीप मात्मक श्री नावदीप धाम की जय। श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय। श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय। श्री गौरचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री श्री गौर गदाधर जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोपीनाथ गोपी कपा गो गिरि गोवर्धन वृषभ माक। श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। जय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंग सखी यमुना सखी तुलसी भक्ति देव की जय। जय वृषभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री ललिता विशाख चित्र चंपकलता तुंग विद्या इंदुलेखा रंग देवी सुदेवी आदि सखी वृंद की जय। जय श्री अनंग प्रेम मंजलालि शिरोपलमंगा राग विलस गुणरति कस्तूरी कमल नयन मणि अरिमंजारी वृंद की जय। जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भगवती पूर्णमा शिवमाय देवी की जय। जय श्री गोपेश्वर सरशिव महादेव की जय। जय राधा परनिकित धाम श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमार्ग जीव की जय। जय श्री तत्त गोपीनाथ की जय। श्री नमचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर समाधि मंदिर की जय। जय शिल प्रपार आविर्भाव स्थल की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ पुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय। जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशन करे भक्त विघ्न विनाश श्रीन्द्र सिंह देव की जय। जय भक्तराज भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्री प्रहलाद लक्ष्मीन्द्र सिंह देव की जय। जय श्री चरिताम चरि संप्रदाय चर्य आचार्य की जय। श्री मध्वार मनोज विष्णु स्वामी नम्बृत्य चर्य आचार्य की जय। जय कर्मतरा श्री चैतन्य मान की जय। श्री गुरुमार वृंद की जय। जय ग्रंथरा श्रीमाद भगवताम भगवद गीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भगवत जैव धर्म अदि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल कलकेर प्रेम धान श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन युग धर्म की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलियुग तर्क ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हनुमान नाम हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय। जय श्री आनंद पुरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समर्गत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय नित्यलीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्तिवेदांत विक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। जय श्री भक्तिवेदांत विक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। श्री आनंद पुरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समर्गत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Dandavat pranams, everybody. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji, Shubhananda Prabhu, Krishna Maya Didi, Champak Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, and let's see, Ganga Mataji, Hari Priya Didi, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Dandavat pranams Prabhu, Janardhan Prabhu, Sudevi Didi, Vidya Lalasa Didi, Kishore Mohan Prabhu, Hari Bol Prabhu. And Bhakti Yoga Society Philippines, Raj Bhuvan Yadavji, and everybody else who's watching. I see there's a lot of other people there, but I don't see comments, so I don't know what your name is. But Dandavat Pranams, thank you so much for joining. And wait a second, 1 second, I'm just seeing the chat. Oh, okay. There's something going on in the background. I didn't know. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. And yeah, as I mentioned before, in 1 hour and 50 minutes, I'm going to be going to Śrīla Trivikrama Gosvāmī Mahārāja Samadhi. So I will make a live video if you want to have darshan there. Oh, I didn't even notice Kishore Prabhu. So don't worry. All right. Jai Shri Radhe. Okay, and tomorrow we are going to be reading from this article. What is it? Not article. We're going to continue our Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. What's the topic for tomorrow? I forgot. Anyhow, we will read the full chapter. It's going to be a long chapter. And then the day after tomorrow is the divine Vyas Puja Tithi of Srila Gurudev, 103rd Vyas Puja Tithi, I think. Yes. And so yeah, we'll have special readings for that day. And I wonder if I should do, maybe we should do 2 days of reading. Maybe tomorrow read about Gurudev, and then the day after tomorrow also read about Gurudev, or should we do Chaitanya Bhagavat, then read about Gurudev, and then another day of reading? It'd be nice to do 2 days of, anyways, we'll figure it out. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say before I end the stream for today? All right. See you all tomorrow, or see you in an hour from now. Yeah, Kishore says 2 days is good. Yes. Yes, I agree. But I don't know if we should start tomorrow and then, or maybe tomorrow and the day after. Maybe let's do tomorrow and the day, let's do the 9th and 10th. We'll read about Gurudev, because many people are observing Gurudev's Vyasa Puja on the 9th, and many people are observing it on the 10th. I actually, it's so confused, like everybody's so confused here that I even called Keshavji Gaudiya Math, the 2 people who are in charge of Keshavji Gaudiya Math, Madhusudan Prabhu and Dayanidhi Prabhu. They're like the 2 people on top there who they're in charge pretty much, like temple commanders or whatever. And Dayanidhi Prabhu told me that they're going to celebrate on the 10th, and Madhusudan Prabhu told me that they're going to celebrate on the 9th. Then I was like, oh, Madhusudan Prabhu, Dayanidhi Prabhu told me the 10th, and he's like, really? Okay. And anyways, I think they discussed, and yeah, now it's going to be on the 10th there. But we're going to celebrate on the 9th. Like, we means, yeah, me and a group of other devotees. That's what's written on the Devananda Gaudiya Math Bengali calendar. And I asked about this, like what the reason is. And I heard, okay, so the 10th will not be Moni Amavasya anymore. It will be a different Titi. And Gurudev appeared on Moni Amavasya. But the thing is, Moni Amavasya begins just a little bit after sunrise. And so it becomes a Vidya Titi, a mixed Titi. And so with vrats like Akadashi and Chaturmasya and vrats like that, then if it's Vidya in any way, if it's at all mixed with the next Titi, like it starts after the sunrise, then it's considered impure and you celebrate it on the next day. But that's not that, but the way we determine titis for appearance days and disappearance days and for vrat days like Akadashi are different. There's like different rules for them. And so that's why, even though it is Vidya, well, still many devotees are still observing it on the 9th instead of the 10th. Because on the 10th, it won't be even Moni Amavasya anymore. So it depends on your consideration. But that's why I think maybe we can celebrate it on both days, 9th and 10th. And tomorrow we'll read from Chaitanya Bhagavat. All right. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat pranams.